All right. Happy New Year, everybody. What's going on? It's your boy Onyx here at Going Full Nerd. Hopefully, this finds you in good health and good cheer. Okay. Anyway, whatever, y'all. Hey, we starting off different for the new year. We're gonna make it. We're gonna do things maybe a little bit differently. Last year, we started off normal and ended up crazy. So it is what it is. We're going to start this year. We're going to start the new season of Going Full Nerd off right. Because bottom line is this: the shameless plug has to change. A lot of people are tripping. A lot of people say, oh man, you go like through 50 minutes of stuff before we can even get to the show. Blah, 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 blah. But yo, the shameless plug is needed. Yo, so check this out. Wherever you're checking this out from, like, share, subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And while I'm saying subscribe, that means you're either watching this on YouTube, you're listening to it on Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you consume your podcast. Twitch TV for the whatever. I don't care. Just make sure that you're following and doing all that. Okay. That's the shameless plug. We're going to shorten it up. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and pre-record a shameless plug and just play it off at the beginning of every episode. You think that'll work? You think that'll work? If you think that works, go ahead, send me a note on Twitter. The handle is Onyx, ONY, XXX 1969, and we'll go at it from there. So, Happy New Year once again. Because everybody, listen, it's that time. It's that time of the year. New Year's resolutions. Seeing how long we can keep up the extravagant promises that we make to ourselves each and every year that gets swept under the rug by mid-February, say early March, see if we can make it through Black History Month. You know what I mean? But this is it. We hear it all the time. New year, new me. This is my year. I'm going to do this better, blah, 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 blah. So at a minimum, we're hoping that the shit show that 2020 was, doesn't bleed that far over into 2021. Now, with that being said, and you've already kind of noticed a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and say there are going to be changes to the podcast. There's going to be changes to the YouTube channel. We're adding a lot of things, but we're going to keep a lot of the same old things. So hopefully, it's all going to be for the better. And if it's not, and if you guys tell me it's not, then we'll fall back to the same old routine that we've done in previous seasons. Now, hopefully we get this year more so than last year. We get more television, more movies, more entertainment and stuff that I could talk about. And I get time to actually watch it and talk about it. That's what we hoping. That's we hoping. And yes, this year we will get the question answered. Where the hell does Onyx get all his gear? Today is my Piccolo, the coolest Namekian, as you could tell. The OG Green Brother from Dragon Ball Z. You like that? You like that, I know. Okay, so here's the deal. Now that we're in 2021, does anybody feel any different? I mean, just like every other year, we're going to get our problems. And some of those problems are writing the dates. Oh man, I wrote January 2020. Oh, my bad. But I think everybody's going to get that right this time because 2020, we trying to forget 2020. I mean, people, they out there, things are going down. Politics is crazy. I don't get into it, but it's crazy. It's funny to watch. It's sad to watch, but it is what it is. Um, let's see what else. New COVID strain, so coming back bigger and better than ever. Okay, okay, we dig that. We dig that. People are waiting on their stimulus assistance. It's 600. The 600 hun for those that qualify. Because Mitch McConnell was like, "Yo, nah, y'all ain't getting that two bands. It's not happening." So we was trying to figure that out. You know, people still not able to get PS5s and Xbox Series X's. I'm going to sound real bad. I'm going to sound like that dude, after he gets up and leaves the girl's crib. Yo, I got mine. It is what it is. But, hey, hopefully Jumanji or 2020 is done. Hopefully we made it. I mean, numerically we made it, but things are still looking kind of crazy, deranged, and we gonna see how far it goes. I mean, it is what it is. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Okay, here's the deal. Whew, man, I have been sitting back and trying to look at stuff that should have came out, that I want to come out, that I'm hoping comes out. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that stuff, and just kind of get into some of the changes that we're going to do here on the podcast because, I had that epiphany. I had that creative moment. I went into 2021 on New Year's, looking back, saying to myself, last year I was in bed, sick, curled up, couldn't breathe, headaches, feeling kind of funny, crazy, wild. I think it was the COVID, but I don't know because they wasn't talking about it last year, this time. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But let's move on. So here's the thing. We know the movies and television shows from 2020, they were pushed back. They were pushed way back. Let me say it again. They were pushed way back. All right. And since they were pushed way back, what I'm going to go ahead and do is let's talk about a couple of upcoming stuff. There's a lot of Marvel in the movie universe thing. I was digging, looking for Warner Brothers stuff, but mostly Warner Brothers stuff is television, and we'll talk about, we'll talk about that as we go along. But we're also going to talk about a lot of the changes that I plan on doing for me because in looking back at last year, looking back at how I did the YouTube videos, the podcast, and really, I'm glad that you guys are here because this is really just, me trying to figure it all out and make it work. And make it work. Because, it's not about me doing a bunch of sketches. It's not about me doing a bunch of reviews. It's just being able to get online, share some opinions, seeing who agrees, seeing who disagrees, and seeing what those are, those opinions that you got coming in. It's nobody right, it's nobody wrong. We're all just people, and we're all just trying to figure it all out. So, we're going to talk about some of the stranger things. Not stranger things, but some of the stranger things that's going to be coming out that doesn't get the hype, that hasn't been getting the hype. I mean, I see the comments flowing. I see people talking about WandaVision, the Black Batwoman. We'll talk a little bit about those, and we'll see what's going on, So, hey, it is what it is. I mean, we got things coming out like let's talk movies for a minute. We got some movies popping off. We got a lot of movies popping off. Let's talk movies first. All right. So movies popping off. You got Jared Leto, you know, being Morbius. The Sony Spider-Verse Morbius, the living vampire. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting. That's March. I think that's scheduled for like March 19th. Then we finally got a year after it was supposed to be out. We got Black Widow. That was supposed to kick off phase 4 of the Marvel Universe. But, we got WandaVision dropping on the 15th of January. Oh, man. So we're going to get to see that. So that should be pretty good. Okay. Then, we waited a whole year for that one. So we're gonna see. And then you got Falcon and Winter Soldier coming right after that. That should look good. I've been seeing this stuff online. Hopefully the stories kick off. It is what it is. It is what it is. Um, Now we got some stranger stuff. So we got Venom, the second Venom movie. The second Venom movie is gonna be called Let There Be Carnage. I think that's the working title. I don't know. It's talking about it's gonna be out in June, right around my birthday. Hint, hint. June 25th is when it comes out, a couple of days prior. And, so you got Tom Hardy, and then you got Woody Harrelson. He looked real crappy in that wig at the end credit scene of Venom. But, it is what it is. So, we're going to see. We got Andy Serkis. You remember him? He was Gollum, my precious. He was the ape in Planet of the Apes. He's done a lot of motion cap and things like that. But he's directing. Directing. Interesting. Interesting. And I think it's in post production. So that should be kind of cool. That should be kind of cool. Now, Marvel Cinematic Universe piling on July. We got Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi, however you want to go ahead and pronounce it, and The Legend of the Ten Rings. So we got a Marvel Cinematic Universe kung fu flick. Hopefully that should be popping off. Popping off. Here's the thing. Everybody's talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but I think that's 2022. I haven't seen it on my list for 2021. I'm gonna have to figure that out. We got James Gunn's Suicide Squad, packed full of B-rate villains, so that should be interesting. That's a Warner Brothers. It's not a sequel or a reboot, so who knows what this is? But it's bringing back Margot Robbie, and it's adding Idris Elba. So that you know, Idris Elba doing his thing. Yeah, I mean, that sounds promising. Then you got the big production. They say it's a Bollywood Marvel Cinematic Universe. With Eternals. The Jack Kirby property. In addition to that movie dropping, they're dropping a $125 reprint of the original Jack Kirby Eternals comics. I remember back in the day we used to go to flea markets. You couldn't give away the Eternals comics. Now they making a $125 omnibus. Please, son. I think I got a few of those in my basement. I might have to go through and pull the OG ones out and see what y'all got getting into. Say, yo, I got the OGs. I think I was picking them up at the flea market at Belmont Racetrack back in the 80s for like a quarter. But anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. Spider-Man 3, no title as of yet. We getting a lot of casting notices. Jamie Foxx is back. Molina coming back as Doc Ock. Then they talking about Andrew Garfield and my man reprising their Spider-Man roles. Nobody's seen the script or anything. I guess they got Tom Holland under wraps. They keeping his mouth shut. So that should be kind of interesting. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Tobey Maguire, man. He's the OG Spider-Man. He's the one. He's the one. He's the one. We got Mortal Kombat getting ready to drop. Warner Brothers said they're going to release that. That's going to be in the movies and it's going to be on demand like they did Wonder Woman 84, which I'm kind of glad they did that with Wonder Woman 84 because some of these movies aren't that great. If you see or listen to the podcast review of Wonder Woman 84, I told you what it was. Go back and watch it if you don't remember. But I'm glad that I saw it on HBO Max and didn't pay to go into a theater. I mean, I'm not going into theaters right now until we get this whole COVID situation straight, but that is what it is. Just so much stuff. I think Fast and the Furious is dropping this year, so they're finally getting that out the way. Just so many. Just so freaking many. Then you talk about television. Some of the sad stuff. I think the Batman is actually going to drop in 2022. I think that's going to drop. We're going to talk about one thing at the end of this, and it's a television streaming service type thing. But let's talk about streaming services and television. We're getting the final season starting this January of Black Lightning. I think this was a big mistake by Warner Brothers canceling Black Lightning after the fourth season. This was a damn good show, and especially after it greenlit. I think I reported on here a while ago. They had green lit a spinoff for Painkiller. I don't know if that's still in the air, but that's interesting. Real interesting. How can you keep a third tier villain like Painkiller, but cancel the main hero, Black Lightning? I think it's because, I think the sex appeal of the actor. I don't know. It is what it is. Let's figure it out. We got season 2 of Stargirl. I guess they figured out that the Justice Society is pretty good, and so they're going to get it on the television, just like they talking about getting Infinity Inc. or Legacy Justice Society of America characters when they released that Black Adam movie. I think that's what 2022, 2023. So it is. So with the Arrowverse, and I'll be honest, the Arrowverse is officially dead. My humble opinion. It's not even worth watching. I mean, not even Fortnite releasing a Green Arrow skin, can save it. But, it is what it is. We got the final season of Lucifer getting ready to drop on Netflix. That's season 6 to be determined in 2021. I mean, I got to finish season 5. Whew. Man, that's something else. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say, like Stephanie, you said it right. It was twice as good as Arrow, got less than half as many seasons. I don't understand it. I know why, but I'll never say it. I'll never say it out loud. We mentioned the Batwoman going black. We'll see how long that lasts. I thought once Ruby, what's her name, Ruby Rose, once she quit, I thought that was done. But they're gonna try. They adjusted the comic books to make it that way, but it is what it is. I think I did a podcast / video about this last year, and that was the death of DC Universe, their streaming service. Everything switching over to HBO Max. We know this. So we've got like Titans season 3, which I haven't even finished watching the first season of Titans, I don't think. I can't remember it. I might have to go back and watch it to figure it out. They say it's gotten progressively better. I know that Starfire finally got a comic book semi-accurate costume, which I will have to take a look. Young Justice season 4 is getting ready to drop on HBO Max. That's going to be fire. That's one of 2 animated Warner Brothers features series that I could get with. I love it. It is what it is. Can't wait for that to drop. Date on that is to be determined sometime this year in 2021. Now, here's the thing. And I know I'm not getting everything, but I'm just glancing a few things. We got Y, The Last Man, a DC Vertigo series. That's looking pretty cool. Story of Yorick Brown and his pet monkey, who are the only males left on Earth following a devastating event. That's going to seem pretty damn crazy. That's going on Hulu. We're going to see, because Hellstrom from Marvel got canceled after 1 season on Hulu. This is a DC Vertigo series. We all know Hulu, FX on Hulu is owned by Disney. So we're going to see how long this goes. But, there's no premiere set date. So we're going to see what's going on. We're going to see. We're going to see how that. Doom Patrol, season 3. Now, I like Doom Patrol. I like the quirky, crazy show. I don't know how long that's going to last. I know the fanboys from the DC Warner Brothers movies are not big fans of the Doom Patrol show, specifically the portrayal of Cyborg, which we're going to talk about Cyborg in a minute. But, it is what it is. It is. Can't wait to see that. And can't wait to see the animated Harley Quinn season 3, which got renewed. Yes. And that is off the chain. That is probably the best next to Young Justice from Warner Brothers as far as series, television, animation. That's high. I'm not even talking about their straight to DVD releases, but that's kind of fine. I Harley Quinn, yo, it's nothing better than King Shark and Kite Man, you know, from Harley Quinn season. You know, the animated Harley Quinn. I mean, it is what it is. Now, here's the big thing. You got Zack Snyder's Justice League dropping in March of 2021. Now, let's talk about overly hyped. People could say that WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, or anything from Marvel is overly hyped, but nothing, in my opinion, is hyped so much like Justice League, okay? Like the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League. All right, let's talk about this. People save Zack Snyder's Justice League. Blah blah blah. Hashtag bring it out, bring it out, bring it out. They bring it out. They Warner Brothers DC. We gonna bring it out. We gonna get this dude 70 mil. He's gonna shoot some additional footage and create what we were supposed to get when it originally released. Okay. People seem to forget that Warner Brothers executives are just doing this to make the money. Okay, they spent $70 million, which is the budget for a bunch of movies, for a lot of movies, for this dude to shoot 4 minutes of additional footage. I say it again, 4 minutes of additional footage. And edit what he already had, which they have said we have already seen 90+% of in the original theatrical release that they have such a problem with, that so many fans had a problem with. Okay. So, people are pumped. I hope this is a success. I hope it looks great. I'm going to be honest, the clips that I've seen don't really look all that hot to me. All right. I publicly said issues with the trailers, the music. I did not talk about the way Steppenwolf looked. I prefer, honestly, a more human looking Steppenwolf that they had in the theatrical release than this CGI motherfucker that they've been showing. All right. So I'm just saying, pardon my language, folks. Pardon my language. But people are getting pumped up about it. The fans are like, this is it. We want it. We got it. This is what we're going to get. Let's keep it real. Are people going to watch this? Yes. Am I going to watch it? Yes. And we are going to go all in. I can't wait to see where this goes. Now, everybody's they pumping the hashtag for him to create a full line of movies. Well, I'm gonna tell you, folks, let's talk about how that probably won't happen because of getting back to Cyborg, Ray Fisher. Ray Fisher, my man, Ray Fisher, the one brother in the Justice League movie, playing Cyborg, booyah. Okay. Now, here's where it goes wrong. He had issues with Josh Whedon. Now, people have always said that Josh Whedon was difficult to work with. I don't know. I'm not an actor. I don't work with the motherfucker. But that's okay. All right. So, he went all in, ended up talking, blah, 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 got Warner Brothers to do an investigation. I think Warner Brothers said it is what it is, but here goes my line. If you got a problem with a specific director, don't cry about it after the fact. Obviously, they paid you money to sit back and say, oh, this was great. Let's promote the movie. It's all good. I don't see Jason Momoa mouthing off as much as Ray Fisher. I don't see Gal Gadot mouthing off as much as Ray Fisher. Why? Because Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, okay, Henry Cavill, and Ben Affleck are still going to make movies. Okay? At this point, all of them are bigger names than who? Ray Fisher. Okay? So, with that being said, sometimes it's best to shut your damn mouth. Okay? But no, Ray Fisher is doubling down and he pretty much said, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. Where's my notes? I got to get my notes. He pretty much has said Walter Hamada. Okay, Walter Hamada is the head of DC Productions comic book. He's the head honcho for DC Comics, movies, comics, all that. All right. He is the most dangerous kind of enabler. He lies, and WB's PR failed. September 4th hit piece sought to undermine the very real issues of the Justice League investigation. I will not participate in any production associated with him. Okay, that is your prerogative, Ray Fisher. That is what you should do if you feel you have been wrong. And you can say, you know what? I'm done. I ain't messing with y'all. I'm out. That's the effective way to quit. Okay? But you are still an actor in Hollywood. And I'm going to tell you, you are a black actor in Hollywood. If it ain't hard, it's extra hard. I'm just putting it out there. Okay? That's why dudes like me are on YouTube, because I ain't got nobody else to produce my stuff except for myself. Don't be the independent actor, starving artist. Bruh, there's a lot of cats out there right now sucking it up at McDonald's because they hate their manager. You just effectively hated your manager in Hollywood. So, and you hated your manager for one of the biggest production companies, Warner Brothers, right then and there. So, my line is, hey, that Cyborg movie that they mentioned years ago and his involvement, if they were to restore the Snyderverse, like the trending hashtags, like people are calling for Zack Snyder to go through his whole progression of how he wanted movies, I will tell you, I'm going to tell you, it may not happen, folks. It may not happen. Or they may have to replace him as an actor. And I'm going to tell you, not everybody's going to get the Chadwick Boseman treatment when it comes to doing a job. Okay? They already said they're not going to replace Chadwick Boseman in Black Panther 2. But you can rest assured, Cyborg ass is replaceable. Ray Fisher ass is replaceable. I'm just putting it out there. Starting off the new year, bold, fresh, and truthful. If I go to work and I say something that's not in company lines or within what's supposed to be said, and they let me go, that ain't nobody's fault but my own. Just saying. Putting it out there. Not saying you're not supposed to call out injustice. You're supposed to call out injustice, but you got to call it out methodically. Okay? You got to be calculated. You got to play chess, not checkers. Rampaging on Twitter is checkers, my friend. Oh man, it is what it is. Be careful what you ask for. So, here's the deal. I'm gonna double down and I'm gonna say, Marvel, you got the movies, DC, you got the television and animation. Hey, it is what it is. I can't wait to see all the other stuff. And then there's other things like Invincible animated series, independent stuff, a lot of sci-fi. I'm gonna start watching a lot more Star Trek this year because I gotta double down. I gotta hold on to my Star Wars better than Star Trek mantra that I've been kicking it off. So instead of me sitting here making the New Year's empty lies and promises, I am going to tell you what I am going to do. I am going to actually start streaming more. I'm actually going to do some video game streaming here on YouTube. I'm going to do it on Twitch. I'm going to do some more audio commentary on a lot of stuff, maybe not necessarily comics and movies and television all the time, but I'm also going to go rampaging on a lot of other things. I'm going to go back to doing some food reviews. Hopefully it doesn't shoot my blood sugar up through the roof and I'm sitting here freaking out, passing out. So we're going to see about doing a lot of that stuff this year. This is my New Year's resolution, my New Year's lies or promises, whichever way you want to take it. And yes, Ray Fisher Cyborg has been tripping out in these DC comic book streets. But anyway, all right, couple of other things. Now, I am going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to do some video game streaming. I've been testing it, playing with it on twitch.tv/goingfullnerd. The language on it, playing video games with adults gets crazy. But I got a message. I got a message from one of my associates, and he wanted to clown me on my streaming and on my video games. And I got to play the message because I got to put this out here. I got to say it. So I'm going to play the message I got. I'm going to play the message. And this is what has been said about my video game performance. So this is what you're going to this is what it's going to be up to when you're watching me do video game streaming. And I'm going to give you my response.
So, you be cheating, and, I see it all the time on your stream, and it's a bull.
Okay, so I've been accused of cheating on my video game streams. I am going to say this one more and one good time for those of you in the back. If you can't hang in these video game streets, don't come out after the street lights. Now, quoting great video game players that I play with, you're only good as your last game. I've caught L's. That's not a problem. I can catch L's. That's okay. I'm going to play all the way through. But when it comes to certain things, I'm going to say it, and I'm taking a quote. I play more than one game, and I win in more than one game, and I lose in more than one game. So start watching the video game droppings because they're going to be posted, and they're coming up soon. And I'm not just going to post when I win. I'm also going to post when I lose, and I'm going to have that commentary. It's going to be colorful. Hey, this is what we get. All right, folks. But anyway, I'd like to thank everybody that showed up for the very first show. What season is this? Is this 8 or 9? Anyway, I'll figure out for the 2021 season of Going Full Nerd. Thank you, everybody. Hey, appreciate it, Low Cuts. Appreciate it, Ron, Omar, Ricky, Red, Stephanie. Glad that all of you joined in, and hopefully we have a great and prosperous new year. Peace, y'all, and I'm out of here. And you know what? I'm going to play this one last time as I try to find the best theme song to start the live streams off for 2021. Oh, hell. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, do I want to answer this? Do I want to answer this? Do I want to answer this?
I'm not going to curse in your life. You can't use my copywritten words. I play more than one game of copywritten words. Don't you use my words in your podcast.
Take it up with my lawyer. Take it up with my lawyer.
No, I will sue you. Those are copywritten. No, you cannot sell that. Will not.
You heard it here, folks.
And no, you don't play more than one game.
You heard it here, folks. We play more than one game.
You don't play more than one game. You don't. No. You might use more than one depends every night, but you don't play more than one game.
Hey,
watch your black mouth.
This is what Warner Brothers is going to do to Ray Fisher. All right, folks, it's been great. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a hand. Let's give a hand. Let's give a hand to the caller. Hey, go ahead and hit this video with a thumbs up. You know you listening to this. And as always, let me go ahead and play that funky outro music because I am out of here. Yo, that made my night. Peace, y'all, and I'm out of here. Oh, God, can I get the music going? Y'all got me laughing. Oh, man. Hey, I'm still fly. Let's go. Here's the funny part. Hey, that's my man Trey. We play go back and forth. But I will tell you, his days are numbered. I'm about to scuff him up so bad on the video game circuit, it's gonna be crazy. Now, I can't beat him in fighting games, I'll say it. But I will tell you for a fact, Madden, and I will get my days due in golf. Peace, y'all, and I'm out of here.